Hi everyone, it's Carrie, aka Nerdy Girl Creates, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is Wednesday Rewind, and we are going to take a look at the crisis that influenced all the other crises to follow. I'm talking about DC Comics' Crisis on Infinity Earths, written by Marv Wolfman and art by the great George Perez. A 12-issue series that ran from April 1985 through March 1986. And it focuses on all the major characters of the DC universe, even including ones that are set up in different timelines. And the premise of the whole series is that all these heroes have to join forces to battle the Anti-Monitor in order to save all the universes. And it was DC Comics' way of combining all these different characters who were set up in different timelines to exist in one universe. And it was also a big event because there was multiple major deaths that occurred in this, as well as introduction of some new characters. It also saw some famous sidekicks grow up and become major heroes themselves. Now, first off, you probably heard me on the Wonder Woman review. I am a huge fan of George Perez's art. His art is the embodiment from my childhood. It is when I think of my childhood in comics, I see George Perez's art. And I love his work in this. I have the graphic novel that was special edition release, and I love it. I also love the writing in this. Marv Wolfman is a great writer. And the introduction of multiple versions of different characters, like you get Alexander Luthor Jr., who is kind of like more of a good guy version of Lex Luthor. You get a major event with Barry Allen. Those who love Barry Allen, this was the event that broke a lot of people's hearts. You have Supergirl, and the event that occurs with her. I don't want to spoil it, because if you've never read this, I would suggest picking it up. Go ahead and get the graphic novel or collect the 12 issues if you can find them all. I mean, you've got everybody in this. You've got Batman, you've got Arrow, you've got Flash, you've got Superman, you've got the Teen Titans. You have, I mean, you name it, they're here. You got the Outsiders. It goes on and on, like everybody is here. Kind of like what Secret Wars was, but this was bigger. This was bigger than Secret Wars. And it was like you never knew what was going to happen next. You never knew who was going to fall. You never knew which timeline was going to get destroyed. And it was just completely engrossed in this story. I was completely engrossed. I love this story so much. Like I said, I still have the graphic novel. Now, you probably, if you're a fan of the CW shows, which I'm really not. I maybe I liked maybe a season or two of certain series, but I really am not a big fan of CW. However, they did kind of adapt this to a big event in their own Arrowverse, but it was nowhere near the level that this comic details. I mean, this is a huge event. Everybody's involved. And how do I put this in words? It was fascinating, heartbreaking. It kept you on the edge of your seat. And it was kind of a brilliant idea of how DC decided they were going to take all these worlds and finally combine them into one. So certain characters who never coexist with other characters can finally do so. It's one of those, it's in the top 10 of greatest events. Now, unfortunately, since then, this event has become the catalyst for how the comic book industry decides to reset all their mistakes and undo things that people either liked or people either hated. I mean, you can look at the New 52 and Rebirth. It seems to be like the go-to method now. So what was great about the original Crisis on Infinity Earths has been kind of watered down in recent years with the new crises that DC will knock out. You can almost predict when a crisis is coming in current comics. And it's no longer like special. It doesn't feel like wow, I can't wait to see what they're going to do. It's more like, okay, well, you're going to fix this. You're going to undo this. You're going to change this one. You're going to change that. You're going to get rid of this one and replace it with that one. It's kind of sad to see. But Crisis on Infinity Earths, like I said, in the top 10. One of the best DC stories ever. It is probably the biggest event that launched and inspired all other events. And I highly recommend it. Like I said, George Perez's art is my childhood. It's every time I think of characters, I visualize his art. Marv Wolfman's work on this, his writing is just great. It's you're never going to get something like this again, unfortunately, in my opinion. You're never going to get, unless you get a really amazing talent, you are not going to get another brilliant Crisis event. Everything now is more about fixing mistakes or trying to do something new, and usually most of the time it's failed. So I do recommend, if you have never read Crisis on Infinity Earths, go ahead and pick it up. And if you have read it, tell me, what do you think? Go ahead and comment down below in the comment section. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And hit that notification button so anytime I have a new review come on, you guys will know about it. Let me know what you want me to review next for Wednesday Rewind. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.